They are just working themselves up about Caitlin Clark just to hate on her. Skylar Diggins is bumping her. Their girls are complaining on the bench. Referees are getting into it now. They're all a bunch of haters. Caitlin Clark is taking over this league.
Things just got to a whole new level. So, new footage has just shown up revealing Skylar Diggins sharing a big dislike to Caitlin Clark. See, it all starts with their matchup last season, a game that was hyped as the Clash of Titans. Skylar Diggins, a veteran known for her skill and grit, was expected to dominate. But the game told a different story. Caitlin Clark, the rising star with a knack for stealing the spotlight, was absolutely on fire.
But now you ain't saying, she's playing really well. That ain't what you were saying then. Y'all know who I'm talking to. I ain't gonna call your name, but you know who you were. Caitlin Clark is the real deal. She can actually play at an elite level. Unanimous Rookie of the Year.
From jaw-dropping three-pointers to commanding court presence, Clark was unstoppable, leaving Skylar struggling to keep up. The footage, now going viral, captures the intensity of that matchup in all its glory. Every time Skylar attempted to guard Caitlin, the younger player seemed to glide past her effortlessly, sinking shot after shot.
Listen, I believed in her from day one. You knew that she would only get better and better. She's averaging 17.8 points this season, 41% shooting, 33% from three-point range, leading the league in assists. Her last 5 games, Shannon, 22.5 points per game on 46% shooting, 11.4 assists per game.
However, the frustration was evident on Skylar's face, and fans in the stands couldn't miss it. Clark's electrifying performance not only rallied her team, but also the crowd, who erupted with every play she made. But here's where things took a dramatic turn. As the game drew to a close and Clark basked in the moment, getting the crowd hyped with her trademark celebrations, Skylar's frustration boiled over. In a move that has now become infamous, Skylar barged into Caitlin Clark during her victory moment, pushing her as if to assert dominance. Initially dismissed by some as a heated play in the final seconds, the new footage reveals there might be more to the story. A closer look at Skylar's demeanor throughout the game suggests deep frustration, not just with Clark's performance, but with her inability to match the energy and skill of the rising star.
Clark might just be the most divisive person in the history of the WNBA, and that's good and bad. It's good because the ratings are going to be significantly better from the time she steps in the league to the time she leaves because of her. But some bad things are going to come out of this. I mean, we see the reaction on social media from her getting bumped, which you can argue that in sports, people are competitive. They're going to bump you.
Additionally, the footage even shows moments where Skylar hesitates to guard Clark, visibly struggling to keep pace. Fans have since pointed out that the shove wasn't just about the game. It was a manifestation of building tension between the two. Now, the basketball world is split. Is Skylar simply frustrated by a tough matchup, or does she have a deeper grudge against Caitlin Clark? Some claim that Clark's meteoric rise and confident style of play might have rubbed the veteran the wrong way, while others believe Skylar's actions were in the heat of competition. Meanwhile, social media is buzzing with reactions, with fans dissecting every second of the footage. The hashtag #Skylar versus Caitlin is trending, and debates are raging about whether Skylar owes Clark an apology, or if this is just part of the fierce competition that makes basketball so captivating.
What is Skylar Diggins Smith's beef with Caitlin Clark? In case you missed it over the weekend, Caitlin Clark had a great performance in the Fever's game against the Seattle Storm. The Fever won 92-75, and Caitlin Clark had 23 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, but it was this moment between her and Skylar Diggins Smith during the game that has everybody talking on social media. In fact, Skylar Diggins Smith seemed to kind of intentionally speed up to nudge Caitlin after the Seattle Storm called a timeout because the Fever were on a run. Caitlin here is sort of hyping up the crowd and does kind of walk through the Seattle Storm huddle that was forming to get back to her bench.
Well, one thing is sure. This story is far from being over. With this footage sparking even more questions, the tension between Skylar Diggins and Caitlin Clark might just become one of the most talked about rivalries in basketball. As we wait for statements from either player, fans are glued to their screens, eager for the next chapter in this unfolding drama. However, what we do know is that Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise in basketball has made her both a fan favorite and a target on the court. During a high-stakes game last season, Clark was doing what she does best, commanding the court, sinking impossible shots, and rallying the crowd. Skylar, a veteran with her own celebrated career, found herself struggling to contain the unstoppable force that was Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, to some degree, is saving the WNBA. It is an incredibly harsh truth. This league was in some trouble. They weren't making money. They were downsizing arenas. Nobody's watching the final. And it has been totally subsidized. This is the Caitlin Clark effect.
Fans were quick to point out that the push did nothing to shake Clark's confidence. Instead, she brushed it off with the same unbothered swagger she brings to her game. But while Clark remained unfazed, her fans were not. Social media lit up with outrage, calling out what they saw as a petty and unsportsmanlike move from Diggins. The incident even caught the attention of sports commentator Shannon Sharp, who weighed in with his characteristic candor. Sharp, never one to shy away from calling out behavior he deems inappropriate, expressed his disappointment in Skylar's actions.
That trash.
Man, y'all stop this foolishness. Y'all see the woman speed up. Y'all see her, Caitlin Clark is getting the crowd and going. Y'all see Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad because that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists. She cooking.
Sharp's comments only added fuel to the fire, with fans across the basketball world debating whether Diggins' shove was a momentary lapse or a calculated move to rattle Clark. Some defended Skylar, citing the heat of competition, while others viewed it as a sign of growing resentment toward Clark's rising stardom. For Clark, the push became yet another chapter in her ongoing saga as basketball's newest sensation. She's faced targeting before, from hard fouls to trash talk, but her ability to rise above it has only solidified her reputation as an unshakable force. As the season progressed, Clark continued to let her game do the talking, leaving no doubt about her dominance. Meanwhile, the push remains a hot topic, a symbol of the challenges Clark faces as she climbs to the top, and the way she shrugs them off without missing a beat. Caitlin Clark's rise in the basketball world has been nothing short of meteoric. A player with undeniable skill, swagger, and charisma, she's quickly become one of the most talked about athletes in the game. But fame and dominance come with a price. You can agree with me. Clark hasn't just become a target for opponents trying to stop her on the court. She's also faced a lack of protection from the league when things cross the line.
So the WNBA media still to this day are refusing to give Caitlin Clark necessarily the credit that she deserves for what she's done herself. They are continuing to give credit to other people, other things, and making it giving every other reason for why Caitlin Clark filled out the arena other than people wanted to watch her play.
For Clark, the lack of protection hasn't deterred her. She continues to shine, using these moments as fuel to prove her resilience and dominance. But for her fans and even some critics, the league's failure to address these incidents raises uncomfortable questions. The tables have now turned in the most ironic twist of basketball drama. After spending last season being targeted on the court and receiving little to no protection from the league, Caitlin Clark has become the name on everyone's lips, including those who once tried to rattle her. But now, the same players who pushed, shoved, and tried to intimidate her are practically begging her to join their league. It's a move that has fans shaking their heads and laughing. For months, Clark has been courted by what's being called the Unrivaled League, a bold new venture trying to attract the biggest names in basketball. The league has struggled to gain traction, with its roster of stars dwindling and its reputation faltering. The once promising addition of Kelsey Plum, a standout in women's basketball, fell apart after she backed out of her deal, leaving the league scrambling for star power. And who's the player they think can save them? Caitlin Clark.
The only chance that Unrivaled had to succeed, the only way that people would actually watch this new league, yesterday afternoon, Caitlin Clark, she officially rejected their offer. Caitlin Clark essentially told Unrivaled, "You're on your own. Good luck making it without me."
The irony hasn't been lost on fans. Last season, Clark faced everything from physical aggression to thinly veiled hostility on the court, with players like Skylar Diggins and Chennedy Carter going out of their way to make her life difficult. Even Angel Reese, who seemed to relish the physicality Clark endured, brushed it off as just competition. Now, with the league's future on shaky ground, these same players are reportedly urging Clark to sign on, desperate for her talent and star appeal to boost their struggling brand. Clark, however, isn't biting. The rising superstar has politely but firmly rejected their offer, opting to stay loyal to the league she's currently with. For many, her decision is a poetic response to the disrespect she's faced. Why would she align herself with a league that failed to protect her and allowed rivals to target her without consequences? Fans were quick to celebrate Clark's decision, with many taking to social media to mock the situation. First, they tried to knock her down. Now they want her to lift them up? Caitlin Clark said, "Thanks, but no thanks," one fan tweeted. Another joked, "Caitlin's playing chess while they're still figuring out checkers." For Caitlin Clark, the decision to reject their offer is more than just a career move. It's a statement. After enduring a season of targeting and minimal support, she's showing that she won't be swayed by desperation or flashy promises. And as the Unrivaled league scrambles to stay afloat, Clark continues to dominate, proving that she's the star they need, but can't have.
Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark, has shut the door on all of the speculation that she would be participating in the Unrivaled League.
Caitlin Clark's decision to reject the Unrivaled League has sent shockwaves through the basketball world and left many wondering if the outcome could have been different. While the league's offer was enticing on paper, one glaring factor seems to have influenced Clark's decision: the lack of respect she received from many of its players during her meteoric rise. Clark's dominance on the court made her a target. Players like Skylar Diggins and Chennedy Carter didn't hold back in their attempts to rattle her, from shoves to on-court aggression. Even Angel Reese, while publicly downplaying the tension as just competition, seemed to revel in the physicality Clark endured. Through it all, the league stood by silently, failing to protect its rising star from repeated targeting. This environment left a lasting impression on Clark and her fans. It wasn't just about the plays, it was about the culture. Had the players who now seemed desperate for her presence shown her the respect she deserved, things might have turned out differently. Acknowledging her talent instead of attempting to undermine it could have built a foundation for collaboration rather than division.
Caitlin Clark says no to Unrivaled. Guys, I got some of the best news in my life when I woke up and saw that article that Caitlin Clark had said no to Unrivaled. And I'm so glad she's letting these women know, man, I'm bigger than all of you guys.
Clark's rejection of the league isn't just a career move. It's a response to the treatment she's endured. While some players are now reportedly reaching out to her, the damage has already been done. Now here's an example the WNBA needed to follow. I am talking about the LPGA. Yes, the Professional Golf Association recognized Clark's star power almost instantly, making her a focal point in their promotions and treating her like the face of their brand. Whether it was through media campaigns, fan interactions, or sponsorship opportunities, the LPGA wasted no time in ensuring Caitlin felt valued and respected.
Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
The contrast between the LPGA's approach and the WNBA's handling of Clark is stark. While the LPGA elevated her status, The WNBA has faced criticism for standing by as opponents targeted her with physicality and dismissive attitudes. Fans believe this missed opportunity has stunted the league's ability to fully capitalize on Clark's meteoric rise.
Say hi, I need to introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
and here's the Caitlin Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fossey and other players out here following.
That's good. A lot of fun. Made it easy. Annika, could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I'll have like bigger. I can't say bad stuff on TV, but
one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark will keep dominating the game, whether or not the league catches up. So, is Skylar Diggins truly Caitlin Clark's biggest hater? Or is this just fierce competition taken too far? The footage speaks volumes, but the truth may run even deeper. Stay tuned as the basketball world reacts to this explosive revelation, because this rivalry is far from over. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.